Hi! How's everybody doing? We are here for Bedtime Stories with Tonya. I don't know, you cat people. Rowena has decided that she wants to drink out of the toilet. Why does she want to do that? I mean, I just don't understand it. So I've caught her drinking out of the toilet. Isn't that crazy? Am I supposed to let her do that? I don't know if I'm supposed to let her do that or not. I mean, I just think that that's cuckoo. Hey, Laura Baldwin, I see you're on here. Clarksville, Tennessee. I have family that live in Clarksville. Anyways, I don't know if I'm supposed to let her drink out of the toilet or not. I mean, it's disgusting. I mean, I clean it and I think, oh my gosh, is she supposed to do that? I just don't. I think she's in there doing it again. Honestly, Rowena. That is disgusting. No one wants you to have butt breath. She was drinking out of it. Look. Gross. I can't kiss you if you do that. I can't kiss you if you do that. No, I can't. Is that normal? I don't know if that's normal. And she has water. She has water. Say hello, peoples. Woo! Look at that little belly. Hi. He's pushing me away. What are you doing? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. It's disgusting, people. You want to get up here? Here. Apartment living at its finest, y'all. So I just dropped Austin off at the airport. So he came home. And I definitely will talk about that in the newsletter. I don't want to talk about it. So Rowena has a lot to look at here. Don't you, girl? There she goes. I put the toilet lid down so she can't drink on it. Anyways, if you guys are new here, what are we doing here? We are reading chapter 3 of Beaches, Bungalows, and Burglaries. If we are getting ready for our book club meeting for one of the stamped out books over on my Cozy Crew page. So if you belong over there, you should. Sister's calling. Also, if you want to pre-order your book for kickbacks, kayaks, and kidnapping, we are doing a virtual signing at the first week of September. If you purchase your print copy from my website, your proceeds will go to Canine Companion for Independence. If you don't know what that is, you can look up on this page where I have pinned that post and exactly why I have decided to donate all the proceeds to that. So I am slowly but surely going through and making your donation for that. As you're purchasing the book, then what's happening is that you're paying my website, and then I'm taking the funds that, like, so say I get the book for I'm able to get the book for $6, and so you're paying 12. So I'm signing the book the first week of September, and I'm live here, and you'll get tons of notifications about that. But that's kind of how it goes, and then I will mail your book to you. But $6 is what I would make from that book that you're purchasing. So you are donating your entire $6 to that. I'm not making any money. So it costs me $6 to get the books here, and then it'll cost, and I'm just shipping the books out to you, but it'll cost them $6 to print the books for me, and so your $12, so we'll cover, $6 will go towards the printing and getting it out to you, or getting it to me and then getting it out to you, and then your other $6 will go towards K9. Also, so that is what's going on. So let's go ahead and jump into chapter 3. I was hoping that we could do this at the camper, but because I think this is a fun chapter that would be fun to do at the camper, or at least on my lake. But like I said, I had to take Austin to the airport. So we will talk about that on Tuesday Coffee Chat with Tonya. So I hope that you are signed up for that. I have pictures as well. Chapter 3. If only Happy Trails was as charming as the town of Normal itself, I'd be in the selling business. There were parallel roads going down Main Street, one each way. In the middle of the two lanes is a median with a combination of grass and stepping stones. There were picnic tables among the large oak trees on each side of an amphitheater and covered seating area. Thick white pillars you'd see in the front of some of the old homes held up the structures. Each post had a real gas lantern hanging off them. Large ferns toppled over several ceramic planters. There were twinkling lights around each pole, giving it such a romantic feel. There were little shops that ran along each side of Main Street. They ranged from the Smelly Dog, which was a pet groomer, the Normal Diner, as well as the Tough Nickel Thrift Shop and Dieter's Feed and Seed, along with more boutique-type shops that I couldn't wait to check out. The display windows of each shop had even visions of family camping in summers and Normal. The shops were freestanding cottage-style homes with a small courtyard between them. The sidewalk was filled with people milling around, which means that there were people in town and possibility of customers for the campground. My mind was swirling with marketing ideas I had no idea that I'd had. Downtown Normal seemed to cater to campers. I pulled the RV into a parking lot that was clearly marked for campers. Dottie Swaggart had told me to go there was a laundromat. Told me to go there because there was a laundromat in town after I'd asked her where the residents of the campground did their laundry, since I had a few pieces of clothing that needed to be cleaned. Stanley had mentioned he'd sent my boxes of things to the campground, and those were filled with my clothes. Those were clothes that I probably wouldn't be wearing in Normal. So I picked up a few t-shirts at the rest stops along the way, and those were in desperate need of cleaning. When Dottie told me that the washer and dryers at the campground were all broken, I ended up moving the sign down to number 3 on the to-do. I remember moving that up to number 3 on the to-do list, and moving the repairs to the laundry machines up to number 1. The laundry club laundromat was a short walk from the parking lot, which was a smart business plan. It allowed campers to park and do some washing. I pushed the door open of the laundromat and flung the pillowcase full of clothes I'd salvaged on my own, plus the tees I'd picked up along the way over my shoulder. That one in the far right corner in the back is the best one. There was a woman sitting at a card table right as you walked inside the door. Her short blonde hair was held back with a headband that matched her hot pink bodysuit, purple leghorns, and bright white shoes. She tapped the glass globe on one of those plasma spheres that looked like electricity was running to your fingers that was so popular a few years ago. She had a lazy laughter in her eyes. Her dark eyes circled around my body. "Thanks," I muttered, and headed into the direction of her pointing. "Don't pay Queenie much attention. She lied." Another woman stood up from a leather chair, which I found sort of odd in a laundromat. She held a book in her hand. She appeared to be in her late 20s. If I had to guess, she had her brown hair pulled back into a ponytail. I'm Abby Fawn, Normal County Public Library librarian and part-time Tupperware sales associate. I'm Mae West. I stuck my hand out. It's nice to meet you. Mae West, huh? She reached into her back pocket and pulled out her phone. She said as she typed, hashtag Mae West is in hashtag Normal Kentucky. Is this hashtag normal? What are you doing? I tried to see over the top of her phone to see what she was typing. Was she one of those people who was going to inform the news that I was in now in Normal? They've been trying to score an interview with me since the FBI raid. I use social media to get the word out about things happening in Normal since tourism has been down. You don't hear much about Mae West coming around here much. There was some sarcasm in her voice. Queenie let out a fit of laughter. Mae West, I'm Queenie French. Nice to meet your acquaintance. My hand was still stuck out in front of me to shake Abby's hand. As in slow motion, Abby took a step into my personal space and her arms began to open really wide, curling them around me and pulling me towards her in a bear hug. My face flattened against her shoulder. My arms plastered to my side. Honey, we don't shake around here. We hug. She squeezed hard. That means you hug me. My phone's gonna die. You hug me back. Sorry guys, my phone is like messing up. Honey, we don't shake around here. We hug. She squeezed extra hard. That means you hug me back. I lifted one arm and patted her on the back. 2 arms, she instructed me. I lifted my other arm. Now squeeze, she insisted. Tighter. I pushed my arms together a tiny bit more. Tighter. Leave her alone, Dottie Swagger walked into the laundry club. This time with a pair of short khakis, white shirt tucked tight, and a pair of flip-flops, and her bright red hair curled all around her head. This here is Mae West, and she's one of us now. I'm glad you found the place. Our eyes caught each other, and after a couple of seconds, our eyes softened as we both gave each other a gentle smile. Why didn't you say you was one of us? Queenie jumped up and hurried over to the table in the back corner of the laundromat. This calls for a round of coffee. You go on and use those laundry machines on the sidewall, Abby pointed. They are pretty fast, and I'm sure you don't want to hang around the club too long, she winked. You better get used to it because the laundry club is the closest thing you're going to get to a country club in Normal. Queenie walked back over with a tray full of styrofoam cups filled to the rim with coffee and a couple of cookies. We have fresh coffee every day, a TV, and a monthly book club meeting. If you need just a chit-chat, you can come on by and someone is always here. I've never been to a laundromat, and it's really nice. I looked around and noticed a bookshelf with books. There was a poster hanging over the top of it that mentioned a book club meeting. There really is a book club? I asked. Not that I'd ever been in one, but I'd better get to know these ladies if I was going to get Happy Trails Campground up and running. They might need some sort of help. Yes, do you like to read? Abby asked with wide eyes. I agreed. It was easier, though I'd not picked up a book in years. Great! I bring the really torn up books from the library here instead of us throwing them out, she smiled. Every time someone wants to throw away a book, a little bit of my soul dies. We duct tape them because we don't want Abby's soul to die. Queenie went back over to her table and sat down. Nothing duct tape can't fix. She grabbed a bag off the floor and dragged it into her lap, pulling out a big old roll of duct tape. Can it fix a campground? I half joked and half serious. You're the new owner. I thought I recognized that name, West. Abby snapped her finger and looked over at Dottie for confirmation. Welcome to Normal. I didn't think you looked like you were from around these parts. She scrunched up her nose and brought her cup of coffee up to take a drink. There was an awkward silence between me and the 3 women. They were all staring at me like it was show and tell, and it was my turn. I bent down and grabbed a handful of clothes, throwing them in the washer. I shut the door and looked at the keypad. There were so many choices. I just wanted to pick the one on top. I can see, Queenie gasped. Her hand flipped over her head and formed a claw before they swooped down to touch the glass ball. The electricity roared towards the touch of her fingers. You are a rich girl who has fallen on hard times. You've had someone take care of you for a long time. She threw her head back and sucked in a dramatic breath, sending her head forward. She lifted her hands and dropped them back on the ball. I predict your future is bleak, poorer than you've ever been. I looked at Queenie. Was she some sort of weirdo psychic? Didn't you tell May not to pay attention to her? Dottie rushed over to the table and jerked the cord out that ran from Queenie's ball to the electric outlet. I did, Abby glared at Queenie. What? Queenie shrugged. First off, she didn't separate her clothes between darks and whites. She mixed linens with cotton. Then she didn't put her detergent in. She pushed the first button she saw. Queenie crossed her arms in a huff. So you can't read my mind or any of that other voodoo stuff? I questioned, being let down a little bit because I was going to ask her how long it was going to take me to sell the campground. Heck no, Abby rolled her eyes. She likes to pretend to, but look at her. She's a 60-year-old widow, jazzercise instructor that spends every waking moment here at the laundry club when she's not doing jazz hands or jazz squares or whatever other jazz they're doing at the Undercroft of the Normal Baptist Church. Free coffee and TV, Queenie smiled. Can't beat it. She eased herself up out of her chair. Now you look like you need a mama to take care of you while you're here. I looked up at the TV and there was Paul's big mugshot on one of those news programs. I turned away. There was no sense in looking at it. The media loved plastering his face on a daily basis when there wasn't any more news to tell. Queenie hit another button on the washing machine and opened the door. Abby had walked over a basket on wheels. Dottie started to take out my wet clothes. What do you mean while I'm here? I asked while I watched them closely so I wouldn't have to ask anyone again if I had to come back. But I was hoping to get the machines in the park fixed. Was I that transparent? From what Dottie told us, Queenie started. I didn't tell them nothing, Dottie snarled. Why, you liar, you big liar. You called us up as soon as she pulled into her lot at Happy Trails. Queenie shook a finger at Dottie. Dottie's face reddened. Anyways, she said that you had some sort of brochure and something about fixing up the place to sell. Like you're better than us. Abby offered a kind smile when I didn't deserve it. I mean, we understand. We don't get too many people that actually move to Normal. Soon we probably won't even have a town. I did hear that business was down in the shops, Queenie nodded. Poor Daniel Boone is probably rolling over in his grave. I stuttered for words, actually embarrassed by my actions. Don't you worry that little head of yours, Abby rolled her eyes. Daniel Boone ain't rolling over in his grave. He died before they named all the wooded land after him. Well, I'm sorry if I gave you the wrong impression. It's just that the past few months of my life haven't been the greatest for me, and I'm not sure how to maneuver this whole new life of mine. Don't you worry. We're all here for you, no matter what you decide. Abby gave another wink. Let me show you how to do laundry. Queenie pulled a couple of quarters out of her fanny pack. I stood there and watched as she fed the machine quarters, then pushed all sorts of buttons while Dottie brought over the detergent. I can't say that I heard every word. All I could hear was the sound of my heart beating to the tune of joy. It was something I'd not felt in a long time. Let's talk about Happy Trails. Dottie had a puzzle piece in her hand and was leaned over the table where there were the beginnings of a puzzle. She patted a chair next to her. Bring your coffee on over here. Abby put her book down and walked over. Not long after that, Queenie came over, and before I knew it, we all had puzzle pieces in our hand trying to fit them together. Get to the nitty-gritty. Queenie was a spitfire. I could only imagine what her jazzercise class looked like. What do you plan to do with Happy Trails? Well, I'm not sure how much you know about my ex-husband, Paul. I tried to fit the puzzle piece, into a couple of times into two different spots, but my hands were too shaky. So I just put it back on the table with the other loose pieces and decided to just enjoy the coffee. He did a lot of wrong, and that included me. We watched it all right here on that TV, Abby nodded. If I remember, they were trying to pin that on you too. Right. But he forged my signature on a lot of the documents, and that was proven by handwriting analysis. I took a drink. I wasn't sure why I was opening up to these women. I'm not even opened up to my own family. Not that I've talked to them in years, but still. These women were complete strangers, and maybe that was why. They didn't know anything about me, and my real story could come out. Not what was in the tabloids and news. Go on, Queenie patted a piece in place and grabbed another one. Well, we've been married a couple of years, and I'm 30 and he's 61. I looked to see their reaction. All of their heads jerked up and they looked at each other. You're a gold digger? Queenie was apparently the type of person who said exactly what she wanted. No, I actually fell in love with him. He has this silver hair, which I think is really foxy. The memories of how we met flooded in my mind. He was successful and single businessman. I was a flight attendant. He hired me to be his personal flight attendant on his plane. He didn't have children, and I actually signed a prenuptial agreement. Well, that was ignorant for such a smart girl. Well, Queenie's eyes drew up and down me. You look smart anyways. They say looks can be deceiving. Queenie, Abby and Dottie scolded her. What? Queenie's lips curled up on her lips. I call it like I see it. Well, I loved him. He was actually really kind, giving, and took great care of me. Then one day, the FBI showed up. I had no idea what was going on. My throat suddenly dried, and I drank the rest of my coffee. He did a lot of people wrong, and he left me bankrupt, homeless, and embarrassed. You got the happy trails, Dottie said as if it was a prize. A couple of days ago, I traded my house and my car keys for the camper. Our lawyer said that it was to be a new start for me. I'm not going to lie, the brochure he gave me made it look like paradise, and I figured I'd take a little vacation here while I got my head screwed on right, and then sell it. I laughed through my nose. I'm not a landlord, and I don't even know how to do it. Someone else would be much better than me, especially now that I've seen it. I feel awful these people are living this way, and I've just got to do something about it. Like what? Abby asked. I don't know, I swallowed hard, trying to manage a feeble answer. Something like a fundraiser. I mean, we could clean up the lake and maybe get some of the shops to donate something, since it'll help benefit everyone in Normal. I thought of the flamingo keychain. Something with flamingos and palm trees. We could go to the party supply store, Queenie added. The Happy Trails really just needs a quick cleanup. And I can make everyone clean the outside of their campers, Dottie made a good point. When they are cleaned up, it's all shining. And we can all make something or get Betts Hagers and the Bible Thumpers to donate food and stuff. Queenie's voice rose an octave. Bible Thumpers, I asked. Don't listen to Queenie. How many times do I have to tell you that? Abby joked. Betts Hagers is the owner of the laundry club, and she's usually here, but today is her weekly Bible club meeting. She's one of us. Actually, Betts does a lot of things around Normal. I remember Paul used to tell me how he made sure when he first started out a business that he rubbed elbows with the community's major players. In the end, he was a crook, but it did make sense to figure out who knew everything in Normal, so I could get the fixes on the park, sell it, and get on with my life. Not that I had anything against Normal, Kentucky, it just wasn't my home or my life. She carries a Bible and she might hit you with it, but yeah, she's still one of us, Dottie followed up. It's the four of us together all the time. Now, her husband is the Normal Baptist Church preacher, and she's in a group of women who love to cook and to participate in anything. Beep, 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 the rattle of the old school bus slowly passed the laundry club. A young woman was hanging out one of the small side windows, flailing her arms. Speak of the Bible thumpers, Queenie said under her breath with a smile on her face and waved back. They travel in a bus? I asked. In packs, Queenie winked and nodded Dottie. Queenie, you're going to scare May off, and we don't need that, Dottie warned. Bets has to do all the church stuff. Today is the day they go witness to the Cushy Penitentiary in Lexington. Cushy? Without saying anything, I knew that's where Paul had been taken for his sentence. Yeah, Queenie's nose curled. It's a fancy one like the one Martha Stewart was in. The criminals there didn't kill anyone. They just broke the law, she shrugged. Bets and her church friends go to minister to the men in prison each week. They even take some baked goods, Dottie smiled. You know, Goodwill and all that stuff. That's why the Bible thumpers will be perfect to bake for desserts for the fundraiser, Goodwill and stuff. Queenie nodded a few times. So we got the sweets covered. We can get everyone in the campground to cook some sort of camping food like we do once a week. She nodded towards Dottie, who nodded back. Apparently, they knew what each other was talking about. Dottie is going to get all the residents of the campground to clean up a little. Abby will go to the supply store and do all the social media hashtag thingies, she continued. Well, what am I to do? I looked between them to see if any of them had sage advice before I got in front of Bets. You're going to come up with a business plan on how you can get Happy Trails Campground looking like that brochure. Research how much sod costs and getting the lake cleaned up. The laundry machine's fixed, I nodded, but they all frowned. Nah, we got the laundry club, they tissed, and we all broke out in laughter. Hashtag Happy Trail Campground and the hashtag Daniel Boone National Park and hashtag Normal Kentucky will be ready for the hashtag summer season in a couple of weeks. Hashtag new campground, hashtag beach party, hashtag party, Abby said as she typed on her phone. Hashtag grand reopening. I couldn't help it, but I got a nervous laugh because this was going to go down. That was chapter 3. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, I am doing Bedtime Stories with Tonya. We do this with my group, and we this month are reading Beaches, Bungalows, and Burglaries, and that is the first book in my Camper and Criminals Cozy Mystery series. The 12th book comes out this month. It's Kickbacks, Kayaks, and Kidnapping, and all proceeds that you purchase on my website for the print copy is actually being donated to Canine Companions for Independence. If you don't know what that is, I have a pinned post at the top of the page, and you can read through that. And I will be doing a live book signing with one of the CCI dogs named Hauser, and his handler, who is named Lisa Dare, who is my best friend for 35 years, and she is a puppy raiser for CCI. And since they are unable to have fundraisers due to COVID-19, and all the CCI dogs get placed with people like veterans and special needs, then and as a recipient of one of the dogs, that you don't pay anything for the dog. CCI pays for the dog as you have it through life. And so what that means is that right now fundraisers are really, that's where they get their money. And so since there is not able to have a dog fest, they're trying to do that online. And so when Lisa approached me about doing something, I said, hey, I've got a book coming out. Why don't we just give all proceeds to the book? So I thought that we would, last time we read A Charming Crime for Bedtime Stories with Tonya, and what we do is we get on here every night at 7 o'clock p.m. and read one chapter a night. Sometimes we read 2 chapters a night depending on how big the chapters are, and we are currently just read chapter 3. If you wanted to hear the other chapters that we've read the past couple of nights, you can scroll down or you can go up to the top of the page, hit the more button, and you will see where it says videos, and you can look at all 3 videos that we now have posted. So I actually have not looked at any of the comments that are people here, so I'm going to go ahead and look at those. But remind you that tomorrow night we will be here. I will be reading the book. I'm trying to get to the camper to read the book, but things have been kind of crazy. Like I said, Austin came home on a whim. and I flew him home, and then he left out on today. So I did get to the camper this morning while he was sleeping, and you could see I posted a picture while Eddie was fishing on our property. And also I'm going to be going back to my mom's this week to take care of her since she broke her arm because of me on her birthday a week ago. So I will also be reading from her house live. Maybe we can get her to come on with her broken arm. So I'm going to scroll back to see who's here. Let's see. Hi, Crystal Napier. Hey, Judy from Wisconsin. It's rainy there. It was rainy here, but it's gotten really pretty. Hey, Wanda. Hey, Jane. Sue Sullivan is on. She says, that's so funny that you always tell me that she's on there. Hey, Jeannie. How are you? Hey, Jean. Good evening. Hey, Tonya Jackson. Hey, Desiree. I'm good. Hey, y'all from Kathy. Hey, Tammy Hudson. How you, girl? You doing all right? I'm hoping you got signed up for Tuesday Coffee Chat. I'm worried. So I'm hoping you get that. Hey, Sue Sullivan. I heard you were here from Jade. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Amy Moore. Oh, my gosh, girl, how are you? How are you? How are y'all doing? What is going on in your neck of the woods? Shoot me a text. Hey, Connie Edwards. Haven't seen you. Hey, Lori from Clarksville again. Hey, Kate. How are you? That's gross. Oh, are we talking about Rowena? I know, that's gross. Gross, Rowena. My cats drink from the faucet. My daughter's cats do that all the time. Girl, I always flush. And I wash my hands. Try a fountain. This darn phone. Try a fountain water bowl. Lori, that's a great idea. I've seen those. And I do have to go to PetSmart tomorrow to pick up some stuff because Rowena travels with me to my mom's. They love her. I'll get one of those. That's a great idea. And I don't know why she was never like this in our home. But she's been like this in the apartment, and I give her fresh water every day in her bowl. And she does have an electric bowl feeder, and she also has an electric potty. So maybe we need to do that. Good idea. Cats are weird that way, Amy said. Oh my God, they are weird. Kate said that her cat wants it. She keeps it closed and lets her drink from the faucet. Yeah, sometimes Rowena drinks from the faucet too. Then I think, is she missing some kind of mineral? I don't know. Maybe I need to make her do the mineral magnesium foot soap. I have to talk about that one night. Maybe I'm going to talk about that later. Tonya said that was gross. Ooh, Ro, I know. Hey, Tonya Spillman. What's up, girl? Love that you spell your name with an O. Our other Tonya friend on here spells it fancy with an A. Good evening, Joy. I wouldn't let her. Aren't there chemicals in the toilet chamber, says Jean. We're not in the camper. But yeah, I would never let her drink out of that water either. We're at the apartment. Which we did get word that hopefully building will start in August. Donna said she has one more cat that drinks out of the toilet. We have no cleaner things in our toilet. I don't have any cleaner things in my toilet either. I'm really strange about cleaner. I like to try to not only eat, I try not to put any cleaner on anything that we eat or our toilets. So I don't know. It's crazy. Oh, y'all are talking about Austin. Thank you. Jeannie ordered her book last night. Sue Sullivan said, oh no, what happened? I think my sister called when that happened. Hi, Ann Holmes. Hey, Tonya. Actually, Tonya, if you need to sign up for Tuesday Topic Chat, hit that blue button that says sign up. And there's a weekly giveaway, too, so that's always cool. Hi from California, Donna. Hey, Pat. She read the entire series. Couldn't stop till I read them all. Love this character. Thank you, Pat. There are, I think, 4 of the books in that series are on pre-order right now. I'm so excited. It's been a great series. What book is this, Donna? It is Beaches, Bungalows, and Burglaries, the first book of my Camper and Criminal Cozy Mystery series. And, oh, Tammy's told. Thank you, Tammy. Let's see. Hey, Samantha. Now, Jane, isn't Samantha your daughter? Or am I getting that wrong? I could be. I'm like cuckoo. So I've been saying hi to Samantha. Hey, Allison, with the wavy hand. How are you, beautiful girl? I tell you what, I was looking at your picture of you holding up Charming Deception. You're just so cute. Donna says, love this. I need to read the book. Sure, you can read it or you can just listen to me every night. It is on audio, but I did not read it, so no. Hugs to Austin. He'll be okay, growing pains. Yeah, I hope it's growing pains. You can read it in the newsletter, but yeah, he spent the weekend at home. So I just dropped him off at the airport this afternoon. So I turned my phone off while I was with him so we could talk, and just turned it right back on a while ago before I got on here. So that's why I was a little late. So the book is adorable. Thank you. Now, how do you say your name? Levernier? Levernier, Kathy? Kathy. Is Levernier your last name? Donna says a great fundraiser. Thank you, Donna. She's got the Kindle version, but the book is cute. Thank you. Sounds like such a great cause. Oh, now I think we're talking about Canine Companions for Independence, which is why we picked this book to read, so we could get some good sales so we can donate to CCI. Again, if you didn't hear that, check the pinned post at the top of my page. Cheryl is better late than never. Cheryl, Lexington Cheryl, my girl, go Cats. Let's see, Jeannie has a meeting tomorrow night, so she'll watch it late. Yeah, you can watch it anytime you want. I'm tagging Sue so she could find you. Oh, thanks, Jane. You're always so giving. Cat, Levernier Kathy said, what fun. Tammy said that she needs prayers for her husband. He was lost at 46 years of age. Oh, Tammy, we are asking the Lord to wrap his arms around them. What did he pass from, if you don't mind me asking? Please don't tell me it's COVID. Hi, I'm newish, book 4. Oh, well, Samantha, welcome. We are always happy to see new people. My mom spelled it, said Tonya. I like it. You know, that is probably phonetically the right way to say it. Because we say, is it Tonya? Tonya? I'm like, no. But you're probably right. Your mom probably spelled it right. Let's see, Jane says that they message, or Sue said that Jane and her message back and forth so they don't miss it. I love that. Y'all are so faithful. And Karen is here. Hi, Karen. Kate says she has an endless water fountain, so apparently it works. Is it on your website then for Tuesday coffee classes? Well, Tonya, Tuesday Coffee Chat is my newsletter. So my newsletter has different things than my Facebook page. Every week I tell a story because something strange happens to me every week. And so I just kind of catch up on my life. I also promote one of my friends' books that are either on sale or have released. And it's also where I promote 2 books that I have on sale. Every week I have 2 books on sale. Like 70-something% off, 80% off, from $5.99 to 99 cents. And then I always do a giveaway. We also have a Reader of the Week photo and a Reader photo of the week and a Reader of the Week. And so if you are also new, you should join our Cozy Crew page. We have a lot of fun over there. So it's a private page, and we do a lot of fun stuff over there. Sam and Sue and I are friends, so Sam is not your daughter. I was thinking it was. Jeannie said she thought I was at the Shamper at first, which we were. Oh, okay. Tonya was how they pronounced the other girl. Yeah, I could get that. I know. I think it's rare bacteria cause pneumonia starts shutting down his organs. I am so sorry, Tammy. Yes, we are praying for them. Jeannie says she'd get away with it and put earbuds in and listen because she has to work tomorrow. So she's the secretary. And she doesn't think that that would go over very well. Well, Tonya, welcome. I'm glad you're here. If you guys don't know why we are here, I'm going to end this soon. But every night at 7 o'clock, we read a chapter of one of my books. This is called Bedtime Stories with Tonya. It's Beaches, Bungalows, and Burglaries. And we are actually gearing up for this is the first book in the series. And we're gearing up for the 12th book in the series, which is Kickback Kayaks and Kidnapping. And we are going to, all the proceeds that are bought for print copy through my website are going to be donated in your name, so we can help get these pups to people that need to go to veterans as well as anyone with disabilities. Anyways, I would like to thank you all for coming here and gearing up for this. This week I will be hopefully at the Champer tomorrow night at 7, and then I will be in my hometown of Nicholasville on Tuesday and Wednesday night taking care of my mom, who a week ago broke her arm because of me. But I will see you guys live tomorrow on the Cozy Crew. Also on Tuesday, Coffee Chat with Tonya, and then Wednesday I will be back live here in the morning to answer a reader question. But every night I will be here at 7 until we finish reading the rest of this book. If you missed any of the other chapters, you can always find them here in the video section where I always post on you guys. So I will see you guys tomorrow in the Cozy Crew. Bye.